fans in YouTube, it's Gabriel Reyes, and I am back with another review of movies and televisions. And for this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Kim Possible Disney Channel original movie from the animated series, So the Drama. Okay, you guys, just so you know, this is going to be pretty much a little bit of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it. And of course, here are my thoughts on So the Drama. We start off with Kim and Ron trying to stop Shigo and Drakken from pretty much trying to destroy this Japanese toy company that are just announcing their new toy line of these little miniature robots, and kind of makes you wonder, like, what exactly why would Dr. Drakken and Shigo try to sabotage this whole this whole Japanese announcement of these Japanese toys, and it really makes us as the audience and Kim and Ron wonder why they're doing this. But of course, towards the end of the day, they end up stopping Shigo and Drakken, and of course everybody is saved. Meanwhile, while that is all happening, Kim's dad, Professor Possible, is developing a new weapon system for robotics, and of course, being the astronaut scientist that he is, he's always coming up with new plans and everything to better help in science within the community of everything. We then move on to Ron and Kim in high school, just doing their usual thing, and of course for them and their whole school is the upcoming junior prom, and Kim is realizing that her love life has been kind of down recently because of her saving the world and all. She's never really had the time to have any boyfriends or any of that because of what she does, as a crime fighter. And of course, Ron is starting to notice that, and it's making him, want to help Kim. And to me, that's probably the most courageous thing that any best friend would ever do for their friend. So along the way of Ron and Kim trying to find dates for junior prom and all, and I think at this point Ron is definitely having these feelings for Kim, but that actually starts developing right when this new student named Eric ends up, coming to Middleton High. And of course, Ron ends up meeting him and he introduces him to Kim, and then from right there, Kim is just awestruck of Eric. And it kind of makes you wonder, that's like a really immediate crush, love at first sight thing. And, to see that in a usual Disney Channel movie, especially in an animated series, that's the usual thing to always see constantly, all the time. So now, at some point, Dr. Drakken and Shigo actually end up kidnapping Kim's dad, because pretty much Drakken wants to extract all the information that Kim's dad has been developing, the robotics weaponry and all that. But of course, Shigo and his henchmen actually infiltrated his office, trying to steal the data. But before they could try to steal it, as usual, Mr. Possible ends up deleting all the files. But of course, Dr. Drakken, being the villain that he is, tries to extract the information from his mind, and of course, Dr. Drakken always finds a way to do it. And he does do it. As all of that is happening, Kim and Ron come into the rescue. They rescue Dr. Possible, and then all of a sudden, he barely remembers anything that has happened. So you could definitely tell from right there that Dr. Drakken has gotten the information that he needed. And a little subplot that's been happening within the movie is that Bueno Nacho was pretty much been repurchased, but it's still Bueno Nacho, but there has been a new CEO that took over. And as we get into the middle of the plot of the movie, as well as getting almost towards the end, somewhere in the middle and the end, we end up finding out that Dr. Drakken actually took over Bueno Nacho. He's the new owner, the CEO, and it's the reason why he was terrorizing in the beginning of the film, why he was trying to take over for all those little robotic Japanese toys, and we end up discovering that he purchased and is distributing all those Japanese robot toys, and the owner and creator of those Japanese toys is like surprised, and like honestly, he is so surprised. Like he's wondering why his toys is out internationally if they're just for Japan only. And man, it really makes you think that Dr. Drakken, he just did a 180 or 360, one of the two, and just flipped it all around. That shows you that Dr. Drakken, I think he was like one step ahead of everything that was going on. As we get to the point of how Dr. Drakken's plan is about to go out, we get to the night in which junior prom is happening, and at that point, Kim ends up getting a signal from Ron indicating that, you know, he's in trouble and all that, but it has to do with the fact that at that point, when Ron is at the Bueno Nacho, that we discover that Dr. Drakken has activated a signal to turn all of those little robotic Japanese toys into giant robots. And of course, now the little Japanese toy robot is now pretty much going around town destroying everything. And of course, Kim ends up coming into the scene, you know, helping out Ron, and then of course they try to get away from the giant robot. And now they're just discovering about how all this came to be. And of course, Kim's dad, Professor Possible, puts it all together, realizing that his weaponized, his science weaponized program is now inside the Japanese toys throughout all the Bueno Nachos throughout the world. And Dr. Drakken this was his plan to, I mean, honest to God, like Dr. Drakken, wow, he really went out on this. So Dr. Drakken ends up sending a message to Kim that he has kidnapped Eric, her prom date. And of course, Kim, Ron, and Rufus, they end up infiltrating Dr. Drakken's base to try to save Eric. Kim is fighting Shigo, and of course Ron is trying to fight off the other henchmen, trying to, be the heroes that they are. Then right towards the end, as soon as Kim beats down Shigo and then Eric is somehow miraculously saved, it flips around in which Eric shocks Kim, and then she just ends up falling down, and then Eric's prom outfit ends up changing into a henchman outfit, noticing at that point that he is a robot. He infiltrated Team Possible. We're now at the point where now Dr. Drakken tells Kim and Ron that, in order for him to really be one step ahead of all of them, this was his plan, to create a robot to look like a teenager to infiltrate, Team Possible, especially Kim, especially with her love life, to really stick it to her, to make sure that, to break her down at this point for her. And man, I have to say, that was such a shock to see that Dr. Drakken was very close to winning. And man, that was such a big shock. But towards it all, Kim and Ron end up escaping their prison, and of course they go all out in this fight, going up against Dr. Drakken and Shigo, and of course the henchmen as well as Eric. Got Kim going off fighting Shigo, and then Ron is there in the background as well, trying to help out fight Eric. He's actually out fighting Eric as well. And of course, Kim, while fighting Shigo, is also fighting Eric as well. So we got Ron and Kim facing off against Shigo and Eric, and then at the last moment, you think that Shigo and Eric are close to defeating Ron and Kim, but then at the last minute, Rufus ends up biting Eric's foot, taking out all of the grease fuel that's powering him up, and he just deflates down into a wrinkly old teenager robot now. And so for that, that's a win for Rufus. And now we get to the last minute in which we see Kim fighting Shigo again, but at this time she does a powerful kick towards Shigo, and it hits the electric tower that's sending out the signal to all of the robotic toys turning into giant robots. And oh man, it it was like at that point, it kind of looked like Kim killed Shigo right there. Like my God, like that was such like a dark moment. Like holy crap. The scene then cuts to where Dr. Drakken gets all nervous and he just admits like, you know, Kim is all that. But as Dr. Drakken is trying to escape, Ron ends up stopping him and he asks Dr. Drakken what's his name. And of course Dr. Drakken is struggling trying to remember, and then he says stoppable. And then Ron, being the goofball that he is, just goes booyah. At that point, Dr. Drakken finally said Ron's name after so long of just calling him the buffoon, the sidekick. Dr. Drakken finally calls Ron by his name. Even if it was just his last name, he still calls him by his name. So that's a win for Ron. Dr. Drakken, Shigo, and the henchmen are all arrested and they're shifted off to jail. And then now we get to the point where Ron and Kim are, you know, just standing there trying to wonder what are they going to do now. And they instantly remember junior prom. We are now towards the end of this movie now. Kim and Ron show up to the Middleton High Junior Prom, and everybody is surprised to see them together, and they just go off cheering for them. Bonnie, being the bitch cheerleader that she is, sorry about my language, tries to make fun of Ron and Kim of, you know, going out, since, you know, Kim is a cheerleader and Ron is, you know, he's a doofus. But you know what? Throughout all the things that Kim and Ron have done together, this was their moment. It really was their moment. And how do we make the moment even better? Rufus pushes Ron and Kim together so they can do their slow dance, and the song that they're playing was actually the song that Christy Carlson Romano, the voice of Kim Possible, is the song Could It Be, the theme song to the movie. And we just see Ron and Kim looking at each other, slow dancing, and at that point they kiss, and oh my God, and that is it. Kiss that all of us Kim Possible fans were always waiting for Ron and Kim to finally admit their feelings for each other and kiss on junior prom. Oh my God, so many things that happened in this movie, so much action, romance, drama. That's just so much, you guys, so much. Kim Possible Soul the Drama was Disney Channel's first animated Disney Channel original movie, even though it existed from a TV series that was already running on Disney Channel. Disney Channel has been known for doing stuff like that, to do a DCOM from one of their TV shows, and you know, that's a cool thing. And especially the fact that Kim Possible Soul the Drama was Disney Channel's first animated DCOM film. It really was, and that really changed everything about doing DCOMs. The very cool thing about this movie was that the guest star in this movie was the guy who did the voice of Eric was actually Ricky Ullman, who at that time on Disney Channel was starting his own TV series, Phil of the Future. How about that? Overall, Kim Possible Soul the Drama, one of the best DCOM movies that Disney Channel did, and it was meant to be the series finale of the Kim Possible series, but because it did so well, Disney Channel renewed it for a fourth and final season, and from right there, it became one of the best animated series as well as one of the best animated movies that the Disney Channel has ever done. So kudos to Disney Channel, and kudos to everybody who worked on the Kim Possible animated series. Okay, you guys, so that was my review of the Kim Possible movie Soul the Drama, a Disney Channel original movie that was animated. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you know when my next video will be up. Alright, you guys, I'm Gabriel Reyes. I'm out. I'll see you later. My next upcoming video is going to be a reaction to Christy Carlson Romano's music video of Could It Be from the Kim Possible movie Soul the Drama. So keep a lookout. I'll see you there.